Chapter 933, The Samurai Says, "Be gone, thought!" Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Pod D Cast, the only show about One Piece. I'm the best guy ever, and this is Hypocrite.
Hey, guys. I love this show. It's one of my favorites.
I'd give it a subscription on the old Patreon, if you know what I'm saying. I'd give it epic fun bucks. And today we're talking about Chapter 933, A Samurai's Mercy. But before we get to that, the cover page. I bet you're a fan.
It's NL. It's there he is.
Yeah, there he is. The extremely hard to pronounce in English, Enaru. I say Enaru. I think his name is supposed to be short for, like, in Japanese you say the word energy, Enerugi. So I think it's like the first two things off of that. But nonetheless,
so his
he's
real
got
name
frogs.
is Ener. So he's
Ener.
G.
So there he is, blowing bubbles with frogs. They're having a fun time. He looks like he's doing well. Good to see. Flying above that kingdom down below. He canonically did this with balloons. Wait, no. He used the Maxim to get to Sky Island, to get to the moon, that is, Fairy Verth. But other robots did use balloons to get to the moon. So this is actually canon. This could be done. Also, this was written by a guy, or this suggestion was from Hong Kong 420 Land. Nice.
Yes.
Nice. I have nothing else to say.
Into that.
Well done, Hong Kong, sir. That's all I got. Let's get to the actual fucking chapter.
Yes. So, right at the end of the last chapter, big whoop, Komurasaki standing up against Orochi.
Yep.
And this is where shit goes haywire. Snake fruit. We see it. It's the mythical zone snake fruit. So it is a devil fruit, and it's a snake. Now we know.
Hebi no Mi, model Yamata no Orochi. It is in fact confirmed a mythical Zoan, so that's cool. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, I guess, in particular, but okay, as we predicted, it's an Orochi devil fruit. It's interesting that it is a snake devil fruit, not a dragon devil fruit, as I thought it would be. I don't know if that makes a difference, but it's cool. It's cool nonetheless. I guess Orochi's more snake than dragon, even though they sure look like dragons to me. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Kaido looks like a big snake.
Yeah,
all those sorts
true.
of dragons look like big snakes. So yeah, I don't know. But I guess I guess Orochi is not necessarily a dragon. It's more like a demon thing.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Maybe snake base. And I guess I'm just thinking, like, do you think Orochi's gonna get any kind of like fight? Because, like, he is the Orochi of the story, which is like a big demon that they fight. Susanoo or something fights, and all that stuff happens in myths and legends. Is Momonosuke, who's like, I feel like Orochi is like the right power level, where he's intimidating, but he's not super duper strong or anything as far as we know, or so it seems. Maybe that's something that, like, Momo could fight, because he's a weak boy. He's a little bit of a sword training man. Maybe he'd be the guy. Like if Zoro fought this guy, I don't think it'd be even a contest. It would be 1 second, he's all dead. Luffy fought him, I don't know, easy peasy. But Momo, because he killed his father.
Yeah, it seems
maybe
like
that's...
I mean, I don't know how strong Momo already was, but he's doing training right now with a sword.
Yep.
I suppose he'll be good enough to cut off the heads, like one at a time.
Hopefully.
If he's got like anyone helping him, it's gonna be too easy, I think.
Any of our crew members could take him on one-on-one, I think. But though, to be fair, maybe he will impress us. He hasn't had a chance to like do anything particularly cool, so maybe there'll be more than we see so far. Because all he's done is done a little thrashing. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. But in any case, so he's turned all big boy. He's mad at Komurasaki for slapping him, and he's like, "You got to beg for mercy," and she will not do it. And she's all like, "The one who falls in love first is the one who loses, and that's you. So I'm not going to apologize. I'm going to be a tough boy." And
so confident that he loves her too much. And immediately,
and she was right.
Yeah,
she was right.
Immediately he goes to bite other people in rage instead of her.
That's pretty funny. Just taking out everybody else. And we see, I like this shot of like the castle like bending and stretching because he's like thrashing around inside. That looks cool. And but he does in fact grab her. He's got her,
He's
and
grabbed
at this
her,
point,
but he hasn't
yep.
like bit down on her. He's just holding her up in his mouth.
He says he's gonna kill her, but he seems like a bit of a pussy. So I don't know. Maybe, probably not. Probably not. He really doesn't want to kill her.
He's a hopeless romantic. He sees a big old prostitute, and he's like, "Ooh yeah."
He's thinking just pretty woman all day. He wants to, make her his pretty bride and not hurt her and all that. He's the hero of this story, I'd say. He's the only feminist that I can respect. But anyway, here come the fucking ninja guys. Things are going crazy. There's intruders running around. Robin, remember at the end of last chapter, grabbed Otoko and is running around. The ninja guys are freaking out.
Well, she's not running around yet. She's just surrounded.
Well, she grabbed her, I guess, to attempt to escape. But okay, fair point.
She's completely surrounded. They're about to get her.
I like that little ninja girl. She's just funny and cute. And I like her little stance behind Robin there.
Yeah.
Good panel.
Little
panel.
cat mouth or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brook makes his appearance as the big skeleton.
Indeed.
The big guy. The big scary. And they get all scared.
Why is he so big, though? What's up with that? Is it dramatic effect?
I think you know how he can like project a ghost out of himself. I think he's just learned how to make it big and scary.
Oh, you're right. That's what that is. Yep. Okay, you're right. I thought it was weird. I'm like, how come his hands don't look like bones? It's because it's his spirit. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I'm liking how these ninjas are like extremely superstitious in that they see a ghost and they immediately all are running scared because it's a ghost.
Yeah.
Not even thinking that they can fight back. Very funny. that all these people in Wano are kind of stuck in the past and a little backwards.
Indeed. It's pretty funny. And I really like that one panel of Otoko, just like laughing and dying of fear at the same time, and then immediately passing out. That's her eyes bulging out of her skull. That's a great panel. I like it a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Robin's got Otoko. She's trying to run away. She exchanges words with Brook. Good job. Appreciate the help. And then Robin does her big, hand attack. Mille Fleur, Gigantesco Mano. Cool. And they're all like, whoa, what is this? More ninja arts, more demon moves? How crazy. Ha ha ha. They're backwards. They don't know about the devil fruits. How amusing.
Yes, up above in the rafters, we see Nami and Shinobu, looking down, and then big boy Hanzo, like in the smallest gap possible that would fit him. There he is. He's found them with his angry eyes.
I like him a lot. He's my favorite one of all these ninjas.
Yeah.
I don't know. He has this little thing with Shinobu where he's like, could you be the bewitching Kunoichi? So I guess 20 years ago, or 10 years ago, rather, she was hot. So that's cool. I guess she's aged, unfortunately. Yeah. Wait, was it 20 years or 10 years? Am I getting it wrong?
Oh, the time period?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 20 years, I think.
It was 20. Okay, it was 20 years. Right. So she's aged not so well. I wonder if her devil fruit affected her aging and made her age more maturely.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Or either that or this is like what Nami will look like in 20 years, which is also funny.
I mean, that's probably true. Oh, wait, you mean fat and ugly. No, because Nami is based.
Based in reality. So she does her special ninja arts. Shinobu's like, I'm surprised that you recognize me. And then he's like, oh, wait. Like, he sees her face, and he's like, oh, wait, you can't possibly be the beautiful woman. I gotta chuckle. She throws the ninja dart into his balls, the ball buster technique. Very funny, very epic. It's funny. I like this Shinobu character. She's funny. I'm laughing.
She's good for a cheap laugh. Yeah, it's true. But then she does this sexy ninja arts, Kare Sansui. I don't know if this was like, is this like actually powerful? Because like she like explodes the whole ceilings with some ninja technique that's actually rather impressive.
Well, if you remember, a devil fruit is rotting, so like she rots the wood.
Oh
and it
shit,
just
you're
falls
right.
Down.
I forgot. I completely forgot about it.
Although
cool.
It does a lot of damage, so it knocks.
That's
Orochi
a lot of damage. There it is. Yep.
And Komurasaki is escaped from Orochi's mouth.
Yep. How convenient. There. Oh, it's okay, guys. She's gonna be just fine. Don't worry about her. our based money loving girl is truly
Yes.
fine until
Yes, and
Uh-oh.
we've got everything's happening. Robin, Nami, Brooke, there's turmoil, chaos,
yep.
and then the samurai man, who I forget the name of. I will remember when I turn the page and read it.
I can't remember that guy.
Mr. Samurai.
Oh, by the way, I
like
that. I like that little exchange of Brooke when Nami comes. He's like, he likes Nami. She's cute. So Brooke's just like, wow, kawaii. Feel my vengeance, Nami. Heart, heart. He's just saying the same words he's saying to the bad guys, only with affection. Amusing. I smiled. I laughed. But okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's it.
So we were.
Kyoshiro. That's his
Kyoshiro,
name. Right.
yeah.
Kyoshiro.
So we were wondering what his deal is, what he's about to do, and it seems he's about to do his loyal duty as a samurai of the Shogun and put down this what would you call her?
Slut. This
yes.
hoe. This thought.
This thought who thought
he yelled,
she could
"Be
stand
gone,
up against
thought!" to the
Yeah.
heavens and slashed her in the guts.
slashed her right through the middle, which, as we all know, in One Piece means that she's fine.
She's definitely not dead, but is this like fake? Is this like staged? Because like, all right, let's just, to advance the plot, so everyone's reacting horribly. Even the Shogun, like you could tell he didn't really want her to get hurt, so I think she might have been okay regardless, but, Kyoshiro says, I showed her the samurai's mercy, blah, blah, blah. But then, the next panel, everyone's like, did he do it to prove his loyalty? What's the deal? And we see Kyoshiro picking up the little card that's, of the resistance. So, it's a little unclear exactly where that came from. I think that came from Komurasaki.
I think that's what's being implied. I mean,
agreed.
it could have fallen out of, like, Nami's
his pocket or something,
Shinobu's.
yeah.
No, I don't think it would have been his, because he, like, has an exclamation point bubble, and he's like, huh? What's this? And he picks it up off the ground. So I feel like it can't be his. He's, like, surprised to see it.
It's okay, but it's like, these details matter a lot. Like, okay, what is being implied here? Are we implying that, like, this note was Komurasaki's, she was in the resistance, he cut her down, and we found that out? Or is it, like, his, and he's in the resistance, and he's like, I don't know. I don't think that he is, and I don't think that was his card. But, like, did he fake the attack? We know Komurasaki's gonna be okay, because that's just how One Piece works. She's definitely not dead. So, like, did he, like, stage the attack? Is that literally fake blood? Did he actually cut her? I mean, I think she's cut, but
based on the reactions of everyone, I think she is cut and she is bleeding, but she will survive because he struck her down, but he didn't like slice her in half, and it's like a merciful way to put someone out of commission. And if you really care, you'll have the will to survive or whatever, and she'll be fine.
I don't really know what he means by a samurai's mercy. Like, I guess that'd be like a clean death, I guess would be implied by that.
Well,
like, she won't be tortured or something.
I think it's really just like a samurai's mercy, as in, it's on the battlefield. It's like you don't let a man live who's tried to fight you with all his might. It's kind of insulting to fight a samurai and then walk away the victor and not kill the other guy. And she did announce that I'm the daughter of a samurai. I will not bow down to you. And so he did the honorable thing a samurai would do and finish her off.
I guess. Notably, Luffy does not believe in the samurai's mercy because he does not kill his opponents. He lets them live and with their dreams crushed. That was a thing.
All the samurai are going to be real pissed when he doesn't kill Kaido and becomes best friends with him.
Probably. I don't know. But anyway, I guess Komurasaki's fucked. At least a little bit. We'll find out more. Robin's still running. She's got the child.
I still want to talk about this thing because like we can surmise that if he's like part of the resistance, like he may have like not known about this message, and this is him like finding the message. Like, oh, I know what this means.
Sure would have been good if he had done that before slicing her down. That's
but like,
unfortunate.
Like, he would have had to do that to keep up appearances, and like it seems like
he didn't have to do shit. Nobody else did.
I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just like an honor thing, and he would have done it anyway. But like,
I mean, that's I guess because like she's like his he raised her or like brought her here. She was like under his, I don't know, care or whatever. She was like his bitch.
Yeah, and he might know that
no.
she, like, he might know her secret that she's the daughter of Lord Odin.
I definitely think that's probably what's gonna happen with this. Yeah. So like, yeah, I don't know.
So like, if he's part of the resistance, or like he's sympathetic to it, and he sees this and he knows what it means, he might show up there, or he might just be. I mean, I think the fact that he's like reacting with surprise to this little piece of paper with this weird symbol on it means that he does understand that it's a significant thing and knows what it means. Probably because
we've been told that they all understand what it means in general, that the Wano people get it.
The Wano people get it, or like the Resistance people get it?
I think specifically everyone in Wano like knows like what these symbols mean, and then like the Resistance people understand it as a call to.
No, I don't think.
I mean, that's what I understood. I guess I could be wrong, but I think so.
I mean, like if that was the case, then somebody could just be like, is there a resistance going on? What is this paper I keep seeing around?
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, they aren't just passing them out to everybody. They're quite selective in who they give them to. I think for that reason.
Maybe I forget exactly, but yeah. Like I'm interested in this Triangle Man, Triangle Kyoshiro.
I kind of don't care that much.
No, he's cool. He's got a thin smile and a thin eye and a long nose.
You know why I don't care that much? This is swordsman number 854. Like, compared to like all the wacky stuff that happens in One Piece, is just kind of boring. And if this guy had like a unique power or something, I would like him way more. But just, like, swordsman, this is kind of why, like, I don't know, Zoro kind of has a tough time with, like, interesting fights. Because, like, he can only cut you open so many different ways before it's just kind of boring. And you have to, like, spice that up with, like, the weird Asura powers or cutting steel and stuff. And it's kind of run dry recently, like, cool things to do with Zoro.
But that's really just because he hasn't had a fight. Like, the whole cake, he wasn't there.
Well, look at fucking, Dressrosa. He just cut something really, really big. That's what you do to, like, show how powerful or interesting Zoro's fights are.
That was in, like, an arc that had a mixed bag of fights, let's say.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like, I mean, this is Wano. This is the sword place.
But the fact that it's the sword place doesn't make it more interesting. It just means that we're going to have to deal with it.
I'm not saying Kyoshiro is obviously more interesting than every other character. I'm just saying, I like swords and I like sword fights, and I don't know why you think they're inherently boring.
They are inherently boring in One Piece. I totally believe that. I guess just compared to look, Rurouni Kenshin, for example, is a series all about sword fights, and they go way out of their way to like show us interesting ways that different people fight with different techniques, and that's great. One Piece has never done that.
This is the time to do that because they don't have devil fruits. These people are like these samurai are going to fight in like sword style sort of ways, and that's like this is the place and time to show fights of that nature.
But they haven't done it yet, so I'm just saying, like, based on what's happened so far.
Well, I don't know. You can't even have like a little bit of like intrigue, like, ooh, what are they going to do with all these samurai?
I'll bet you right now it's going to be disappointing. I don't think Oda will deliver, like, cool, unique sword play. Like, what's his, Kinemon. Kinemon is like Foxfire Kinemon. He can cut fire. That's cool. I like that. That's interesting. But all these guys are just dudes with sword, number 1,002,851 or whatever. And, I don't know. Like Kyoshiro, like, what is Kyoshiro as a character? He's a guy who looks like he's a bad guy, probably going to be a good guy. That's it. That's his entire character. And he cut down, what's-her-face here. Okay, like, I know she's fine. I know that this isn't anything serious to worry about because it's One Piece. So, like, where's the intrigue? Where's the, like, mystery? I don't know.
What? I don't even know what your problem is. It's just...
My problem is that these characters are relatively boring, and there's been nothing to make them interesting. Like, all the ninjas have, like, all the same generic ninja powers, don't care. All the samurai have generic Guy with sword powers. Don't care.
You don't even know what any of these powers are. Whether they have, like, maybe they all have things like Kinemon.
But look at Shinobu. Shinobu already is a way better character than like any of the
because she's done things. You seem to be like making assumptions about how things are gonna go, and then basing your, like you're just saying, oh, I will never feel any like interest in anything that could come in the future because
I'm not saying
it hasn't
I
happened
definitely
yet.
won't. I'm saying that I expect it to not be that interesting. So it's just a prediction.
It's not a prediction. You're just like saying I haven't seen certain things before, so I will never see them, and I don't expect them to ever.
It's based on everything that's happened in this arc so far. Show me the villain who's like has an interesting power in this arc. What? One of the millions of Zoans we've seen? Like, okay, those are kind of cool. You have animal powers, I guess. You can like punch like a pterodactyl. Okay, cool. Or the millions of guys with a sword who haven't done anything interesting with it. I don't know. What am I supposed to be impressed by? And like maybe he will impress me later.
I don't. It's just such a weird mindset, and I don't get it. I don't get why.
What's weird about nothing that's been happened so far has impressed me? I'm waiting to be impressed. That's it. Orochi's cool, I guess, but he's implied to not be that strong and kind of incompetent.
I think you're missing the point. I think you're being like a big shonen idiot right now. I think you're missing the point that Wano is like a clash of so many different like factions and things. Like, it's just interesting, and I'm excited about this big battle, all these different smaller battles, and this big battle, and this big conflict that is happening with all these characters. I'm not concerned about like, oh, well, I haven't seen exactly how they're going to fight, so I'm not excited to see any fights, because they're all going to be boring, because I haven't seen anything yet. It just, I don't understand where you're coming from with this.
Look, but by this time in like Whole Cake Island, there had been a million interesting things happening that just like aren't here. Especially in terms of like enemy powers. Huh?
There are interesting things happening. This whole chapter was really interesting.
Interesting, I think. I mean, I disagree. It's just like everything that was set up last chapter happens here. Orochi's flailing. I mean, Kyoshiro attacking Komurasaki is legitimately interesting to his character, and I want to know what's the deal. But it's just my genre savviness tells me everything I need to know. He's going to be a good guy. Komurasaki will be fine. She's probably the sister. Like, there's no mystery here. I feel nothing in terms of like intrigue.
You have no soul. You have nothing. You are dead.
It's not my fault. The story just isn't that like impressive right now.
People in chat, is Nate a fucking husk of a human being?
Look, of course they're going to agree, because these people are One Piece sycophants who just, there's a large contingent of our viewers who actually appreciate the like heightened level of criticism, knowing that I do it out of love, and I appreciate that. But
yeah, but
of course you're going to get a chorus of people.
There's a difference between criticizing a decision made in the comic and then just being critical of nothing in particular because you're, I'm bored.
It's not nothing in particular. It's like, look, I could point to every single arc and explain why it was better and more impressive than like what's been set up and I'm not saying this is literally like the worst arc. What I'm saying is I could tease out the specifics of like specifically like, I don't know, Baroque works. We were introduced to like a bunch of crazy characters in Alabasta that all had like unique personalities. What we've got here is millions of generic samurai men. That's all we've got. Kaido, generic
millions?
beast men. What?
Whatever. Yeah, you're just I don't see how like Baroque works is like a different like I can't form the fucking words. I'm mad at you. You're an idiot.
Look, this is One Piece. I'm telling you what I want, Oda. I want cool devil fruits and weird powers. And like there's like none.
You've got fucking plenty of devil fruits already that are cool.
Like what? The fucking pterodon Zoan? I mean, I like it, but
you like it.
It's just a dinosaur. That's all there is. Well, I want like Mr. 3, like weird candle man who can like do crazy shit with I don't know, making candles. I want fucking like we got a dragon. Oh wow, I've never seen a story with a dragon before. I want like fucking crocodile can turn the entire country into sand, can use cool sandstorm techniques. That's what I want.
That's an actual complaint. I was getting annoyed because you weren't like, you were just saying I'm bored by things that are happening, but now you're saying you actually want like different devil fruits. Like fine, I can understand that. I couldn't understand you before.
Okay, yeah, that's sort of the basis
But I
of
but I
things.
still like, I don't know. I just like swords, and sword fighting is cool.
I agree. In Rurouni Kenshin, it's dope. In One Piece, I think it's rather lackluster. Unless
Well,
it's like one of the great moments of like Zoro learning to cut steel, or I don't know. There's some cool moments here and there, but they're. I mean, am I crazy to think that sword fighting in One Piece generally isn't that impressive? Not much is done to like make it that cool. There's no discussion of like specific technique. It's just how big a thing can you cut and how hard of substances can you cut. Pretty much dictate every sword fight in One Piece, and now hockey is a thing too. But that's just what stuff you can cut versus not cut, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I probably talked about it enough, I guess. I let me know if I'm alone here, people. But I don't think I'm crazy to feel
I can
this
imagine
way.
there are people who hold similar views. I just think it just comes off as like pointlessly like cynical to say I'm bored about everything that's happening. Well, why are you even reading anything? Why are you even doing this?
You have officially adopted that attitude of people when we complain about anything, they just say, "Well, why are you even reading it then, bro? If you
No.
don't even like it, just stop reading it then, dude." This is
That's
your
not-
argument now.
That's not the fucking thing. Like
No?
it's just no. It's the way that you're just.
But
I
I'm
don't
not
know. It's
maybe I
hard
was
to,
overly
it's hard
generic
to enjoy
at
myself
first.
when you're saying everything sucks, and I'm like, well, I didn't think it sucked. Well, it sucks. Well, good.
It's not my responsibility to
Right.
cater to your enjoyment of the series. My complaints are my fucking complaints, and I'm gonna make them. God damn it! And they are specific, and they have real points to them. There's not enough variety in the powers in Wano so far, and that's a bummer. Like it's the dual combination of like if Baroque Works happen to be the villain of this arc, those guys have a myriad of different powers. It's cool, great. It's a combination of like Kaido's crew all have Zoan fruits. Zoans are the least interesting devil fruit type. And in combination with this is samurai land. Everyone is a samurai. They all basically fight the same way. And also ninjas, I guess, but we've only seen a couple of those.
Well, that's
and
just
it's
the
an
thing.
unfortunate combination because it's the
All right,
most boring of
here's-
both worlds.
No, the fact that they've got like Kaido's crew and the samurais and the ninjas, it just means that there's lots of characters of each type, but there's still a variety of fighting styles. Like we've already talked
haven't
about,
seen any.
We've already talked about how not every character is going to get a satisfying fight because there's so many fucking characters.
But we haven't even seen any interesting powers except Basil Hawkins, who was introduced a million years ago. That's my complaint. That's my complaint. I'm unimpressed. And this arc's been going on for like a year now, so I feel relatively justified. Well, maybe like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyway, feel free to tease that apart however you like, people. Good things do happen immediately after this on the next page when Nami pulls out Zeus and does the first thing with him that was actually cool. And I like Zeus, and it was nice to see him. See,
Yeah.
there's a guy who with interesting powers that Nami has, so she brings something cool to the situation, as does Brooke and Robin, to be fair. Whatever, the guys get over being scared of Brooke's ghost. They got other things to worry about. Brooke is very concerned that his spookiness isn't working. Guys come up to save him, and then we get this... I really like this one panel of Zeus's nonplussed face as he's about to be
Yeah.
exploded as Nami does her thing, and then boom, there you
I gotta
go.
wonder
Thunder.
how Nami is like okay. Like she's not that far
That is a
away
good
from him.
question. Nami is not super strong, and lightning did hit like directly in front of her. You'd think that there's some AOE like damage that happens there, you know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe not.
I guess maybe she's just got a weathery something protection.
She...
But that is a good Zeus. That is a good Zeus face.
It is excellent. It is excellent. And boom, the whole thing goes splode,
Yes.
and presumably everyone's okay. We don't see what happens, but looks like they'll probably be able to get out. They hit Orochi dead on, so he's probably going to be fucked for a little
Yeah,
while.
he's
at least.
probably gonna have like, you know, oh, you know what? I wonder what happens if like you bandage up, if you get a wound on one of your heads, and then you go back to normal human form. Do you get like that wound all over? Like if you got 7 different wounds on 7 different necks, and they all come back to the one neck, the human neck, and you got 7 wounds on one neck, and then your head falls off.
Well, yeah. Like I was wondering last chapter, what happens if one just gets like chopped off or whatever? Is he fine? Is he, does he lose 1/8 of his neck? I don't know. 1/8 of his head? I have no idea.
Well,
maybe we'll find out.
In any case, this is going to be a big moment. The castle is on high alert. I think everybody's going to know that there is something happening.
Yep.
After these people leave. There's okay, there's unknown people. They kidnapped someone. There's a ninja, there's a demon, and a fucking ghost army. We got a, high alert. Everything's fucked. And so the resistance are going to have to be, like, extra careful from this point.
That's true. They still... Yeah, I mean, the big thing that, like, we're trying to avoid is them finding out specifically that, like, Orochi's fears about the conspiracy of, like, the old samurai are true. If he finds out the Straw Hats are here, which I think they already know, that's not so bad. But finding out that, like, those guys are gathering samurai, that's the main thing we want to avoid.
Yes,
to
which is why I'm wondering what will happen when, Kyoshiro picked up the thing.
Indeed.
The little paper. So, like, he might figure it out. And we don't actually know whether he could be a good guy. He might just be, he might just understand this information and use it to ruin everyone's plan.
Absolutely true. Yeah, he might. Everyone predicts he's going to be a good guy, but it's not confirmed at all. Might just not be true at all. And by the way, Nami just really is reinforcing her role as the glass cannon of the crew here. She's just a skinny-ass hoe, but bam, and blam, and wham, does she do some big damage with Zeus. Pretty cool. Nami is being functional, being helpful, and I like what she's doing here. It's pretty cool. I don't know. That's all I have to say about that. I like that she's more than just the navigator. She has some actual utility, like in combat situations, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm wondering now, we move over to the next page. Fucking Big
Yep.
Mom's there, eating and being like a nice, friendly person.
Indeed.
She has that same face she had as a child, which I was like, oh yeah, I think it's the eyes or something. That sort of remind me of the way she looked as a child. So it's just like back to childhood. She doesn't know anything. She just likes food and is happy. I'm wondering what's going to happen when Zeus comes back, or like when Zeus comes across her, because they may just end up being in the same place. Zeus will be like, "Oh, there you are," and will that jog her memory, or will Zeus use that as an excuse to never go back?
Good. Yeah, that's a good question. I suspect the latter, but who knows? And it is awfully convenient that Napoleon, her hat homie, has not woken up. I don't think he's ever spoken. I can't remember if he could speak or not. But he could probably jog her memory. I don't think so either. Possibly because Oda was planning to do this kind of a plot with her, where she would lose her memory, and maybe Napoleon will wake up and be like, "Mom, we gotta go, but I have no mouth, but I must tell you that you're Big Mom, Queen of the Pirates." Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But they're going to go to, apparently, Udon, which I guess is a town with lots of tasty treats. They're going to try to manipulate Big Mom at least a little bit to do stuff. At least to keep her from waking back up and rejoining her crew, I suppose.
Yeah, so we've got all the people doing things. I'm trying to think of, like, the different teams. At the moment, we've got Chopper.
Luffy's still in jail with his boys.
With Kid.
Yep.
And all those. And then we got Chopper, Big Mom, Momonosuke, Okiku, and
Otsuru, yep.
Fucking...
Otsuru.
No, Otsuru's the old lady.
Okiku, that's the little girl. Otama.
Otama, that's
right.
The one.
Yep.
So many O's. Yeah, what are they going to do? They're bringing her over to Udon just to eat food, but I don't know where they're going to go after that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And there's 9 days until the final battle. Will Big Mom be of use in this final battle? Will she, I don't know, maybe the tool that they're going to use to defeat Kaido will be Big Mom? I mean, she's here. I don't know. I think I said that last time, but like, again, that's really convenient that all these things happen to, like, I'm just saying, if that happened, like, they did not expect that. They could not have planned on this. So, like, I sure hope she isn't that vital in their plan, or else they, you know,
Yeah,
they
then
wouldn't
then
have had her as a resource.
yeah, if it turns out that Big Mom is the thing they need, I mean, obviously they wouldn't want Big Mom fighting them.
Of course.
But like, the whole reason she was there was because she was chasing them, and they only. I mean, I guess it eventually comes back to the Straw Hat's actions, but like, it seems too much of a help to have like another Yonko on their side fighting a Yonko.
From sheer coincidence, not even that they like earned it or did anything. It's completely chance that this has happened. So I just hope that Oda doesn't depend on that much for this arc. That's all.
Yeah, I hope what happens is that Big Mom regains her memories in some fashion, but like, it just so you know, she decides to fight Kaido and, you know, just because she doesn't like him, and the Straw Hat Pirates, so that they have to work around her, but that she can still do damage for them.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're fighting two Yonko who are allied. They're fighting in a three-way battle.
Yeah, that could happen. And I mean, this whole thing of like Chopper manipulating Big Mom or you know, hanging out with her and whatnot, this could just be a way to, one, give Chopper something to do, which he generally does not have, and also like to explain like why Big Mom will like be AWOL and not be fighting against them if they just want to make it, because like Oda really leaned into the whole Big Mom was like hot on their tail thing. So you know, maybe this will be just how he explains that they keep her busy until afterward. I don't know. We'll have to see.
God, I really wish Chopper does a good thing. I really wish he has his moment. He seems to be like seaside character for a lot of.
What's the last thing he did? So he fought
the last thing
Brule,
he did,
I think.
He fought Brule and won, and thus they had the Mirror World, and that's
it. She is kind of a joke character though, so that's like not that impressive, but it was important.
It was important, but Carrot was also there and helped him, so it wasn't even a Chopper thing necessarily. It like Chopper hasn't had a fight, I don't think.
Not since Thriller Bark, when he fought Hogback. And that wasn't even like kind of like a baby fight anyway. He fought with Robin too.
Did he fight in Punk Hazard?
No, but he was like the doctor man who helped the kids. Yeah. So like that was
he's done doctoring. Chopper's doctoring, but like he hasn't.
Although again, he had Law there, another doctor, to help him during that time too. So
yeah, but
he hasn't done shit.
He hasn't even been in his human form in a long time, which is
that's
cool.
True.
And it's just cool.
Well, he doesn't even have like his good human form. Now he has that like really big heavy point that's too big to be like, I don't know, used very often, I think. And that's a shame, because I thought he looked better before. But time skip Chopper now, so yeah.
A lot of Chopper has been chopped up into pieces.
Chop my deer into pieces. He has no relevance. Yeah. Well, he's just the mascot now. He's just the cutesy guy. They give him joke tasks like babysit Big Mom, which, while technically important, we all know doesn't really matter.
I mean,
whatever.
You could almost have Otama use her Kibidango fruit or whatever to give her treats, and she's like, "Ooh, I like this," and then it could have just been Otama doing it.
Yep. That's a job that a literal child can do. Well, I don't know. That's all I got to say, I guess, for this. We'll see what happens with Big Mom. We'll see what happens with Kyoshiro. Where do his alliances lie, and why should I care? Is Komurasaki dead? Definitely not, but maybe? I don't know.
And remember to say in the comments who won, Hippo or Nate. Who's stupid?
I can already tell you're going to win. Everyone, they're going to be on your side because your side is the one less critical of One Piece. That side always wins. And I'm not trying to make myself look like a martyr or a hero, but I just think that's, the way
I'd like to see it anyway.
Well, me too. What do you think, people? And I'm not trying to say this whole arc is bad. That is by no means my overall statement. What I'm trying to say is...
It's how it comes across. Like, certain things will be like...
I mean, it's worse. It's worse in many ways.
Well,
like everything with like the stuff happening in the The smiles are cool, right? I like the smiles and their fucked up, weird powers, like that dude in the hippo mouth. That's funny and interesting, and I'm way into that stuff. And seeing Law and Luffy in jail, interacting with those guys and like doing things, that's very cool. But seeing generic samurai and ninjas go up against like our dudes and just get blown the fuck out, it's just not as like satisfying as that other stuff.
I mean,
so I want
yeah,
more of that.
Like, well, I will say it was a bit silly how all of these ninjas were completely useless.
Indeed. I expected it, though. I wasn't too surprised to see, I suppose.
But, like, I guess the Straw Hats need to get out, because they can't all go to jail.
Yeah, that's true.
So, it's fine for now. I just feel like just because it hasn't been shown yet doesn't mean that it's off the table and there can't even possibly be anything interesting to happen with any of these characters.
Very specifically, what I predict is that the combat in this arc will be rather lackluster because it will rely on like sword mechanics that have never been a strength of One Piece. And again, putting aside, Mihawk's done some cool stuff, Zoro's done some cool stuff, but I feel they've kind of reached what they can do, and there are inherent limitations to the way One Piece handles sword fighting. So on that aspect specifically, I'm not highly anticipating what's to come. But of course, I hope to be surprised pleasantly and be wrong about that. So that's all. That's all. And if we get more stuff like Kinemon's Firefox style, where we can like cut fire, again, that has some...
I expect most of the main samurai in the arc, like the strongest ones, to have something like that.
Even look, we met one of the legendary guys, I forget his name, but whatever his fucking name was, Asura Dogi or whatever, like, he just, like, was a strong sword guy. So he would do, like, the dash and slash, he did the, block attacks sometimes. So, cool, just not, like, not as like, I'm always gonna prefer, like, a cool new devil fruit over something like that. So, not trying to shut on it too much, but I do think it's not the strengths of the series. I guess that's my point. But unavoidable, it's Wano, so what are you going to do? Hopefully Oda can spice things up. All right, well, I guess that's it. That's all I got to say. We'll be back next week, hopefully, assuming there's a chapter. Doesn't say there won't be, so as always, expect to see it. Have a good time.
Before you go, check out the Discord where you can argue even more about what we say and
they will.
With each other. In the Discord, and if you pledge money to the Patreon, patreon.com/thepodcastpirates, you can get a colored name, and colored people, as we all know, are better than white people.
Of course.
As that is the default color. So...
So links to both those in the description. Give us your money and your time and energy in the Discord, but mostly your money. Let's be real. That's what we need. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. We'll see you next week. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're enjoying One Piece, as we both are, including me. I like One Piece. I swear. All right. See you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.